He went from a child star bound for greatness to one of the most puzzling figures in show business. After seeing him in hits like The Pursuit of Happiness or The Karate Kid, we're all left wondering what the heck happened to Jaden Smith. Bizarre outfits, extreme makeovers, and cryptic public statements. Taken together, these things have fueled one of the darkest theories on the internet. Plenty of fans believe Jaden Smith is being puppeteered, but if that's true, who's pulling the strings and why? Today, we're diving into whether these rumors hold any weight. Back in 2006, a fresh face arrived in Hollywood. Jaden Smith was just 8 years old when he landed a breakout role that would become legendary. He starred in The Pursuit of Happiness, a biopic about Chris Gardner, a man who lost everything but fought to give his son a future. In the film, Jaden plays Christopher Gardner Jr., the son of Will Smith's character. And in case you didn't know, Will is actually his father in real life, too. Jaden later admitted that while he knew it was just a job, many of those on-screen emotions were genuine. His performance earned him a Best Breakthrough Performance Award at the MTV Movie Awards, and critics hailed him as Hollywood's next golden child. But that promise would fade faster than anyone expected. Following his big success, Jaden took a sharp turn with his next project. In 2008, he starred in the science fiction remake, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Playing the defiant Jacob Benson, Jaden faced mixed reviews from critics, though the film was a financial hit, raking in $230 million. He didn't take home any trophies this time, but he gained experience working alongside stars like Keanu Reeves and Jennifer Connelly. Despite his young age, the critics didn't go easy on him. Some reviewers flat out claimed he lacked talent, arguing he only landed roles because he was the son of a superstar. Jaden set out to prove he had what it takes to make it on his own. By 2010, the massive opportunity he needed finally arrived. In The Karate Kid, he played Dre Parker, a kid who moves to a foreign country and deals with isolation and bullying. He has to master martial arts just to take down his local rival. It was a massive hit. The film earned over $350 million globally, turning into a worldwide sensation. Theaters were packed from the United States to China and beyond. Jaden later revealed that the intense filming schedule initially took a heavy physical toll on him. He would go home covered in bruises and completely exhausted. Jackie Chan, his mentor on and off the set, was stunned by his dedication and praised him constantly in the press. He's a fast learner who never quits. Even during the most grueling scenes, he almost never asked for a break. For Jaden, this wasn't just another movie, it was a chance to prove his worth. He wanted to shed the cute kid persona and show he could carry a major film on his own shoulders. It was the dawn of a new era. Through hard work and charisma, Jaden made it clear that a new fresh prince had arrived. As if that weren't enough, he also launched a music career that same year, collaborating with none other than Justin Bieber. Their song became a massive anthem for teenagers everywhere. The official music video racked up hundreds of millions of views on YouTube and climbed the charts in dozens of countries. Jaden was sitting on top of the world with awards and a solid fan base, ready for even bigger challenges. But in Hollywood, the honeymoon phase never lasts. 2010 had been his golden year. His role in The Karate Kid made him a global star, and everyone expected his career to keep skyrocketing. However, alongside the fame, a narrative started building that would follow him for years. People began whispering that his success was due to his family name rather than his skills. The internet and the media quickly labeled him a nepo baby who only reached the top thanks to his father's influence. I mean, he basically landed the lead in The Pursuit of Happiness through his dad. He starred in The Karate Kid solely because Will Smith produced the movie. Honestly, those criticisms weren't exactly baseless. This situation hit a breaking point in 2013 with the release of After Earth, featuring Jaden and, get this, his father. Journalists claimed Jaden lacked emotional range, calling his performance wooden while blaming a weak script. Since he didn't have Jackie Chan around to carry the chemistry this time, the entire movie rested on his shoulders. Harsh reviews claimed he simply wasn't ready for such a heavy role, with some calling the whole movie a vanity project meant to force him into being an action star. Social media was ruthless, flooding the internet with memes and jokes that showed just how much the audience felt let down. To make matters worse, he swept the Razzie Awards for Worst Actor and Worst Screen Duo with his father. He had to watch headlines and social media posts trash his reputation daily. Everything Jaden built with The Karate Kid was suddenly in ruins. He was no longer seen as a rising Hollywood star, but once again, just as Will Smith's son, that's when things took a turn for the bizarre. After vanishing from the screen for 3 years, Jaden resurfaced, though not in the way anyone anticipated. He decided to ditch acting to pursue a career in rap. While that pivot seemed odd to many, it was nothing compared to the weirdness that followed. In 2017, he dropped his debut album, Sire. Even with mixed reviews, it actually performed quite well with the public. His album Sire rocketed past 100 million Spotify streams, just months after its launch in February 2018. Today, his hit single Icon has nearly 400 million plays on the platform. That success proved he had talent, yet fans couldn't help but notice he was changing. He didn't seem like the same person anymore. At first, people ignored the red flags, thinking it was just part of his new hip-hop persona. However, his behavior grew increasingly eccentric. He started wearing gowns to galas, shredded clothing, and totally mismatched outfits. It looked like he was trying to outdo Lady Gaga in a fashion contest. Even his face looked different, as if he had aged 40 years overnight. To top it off, Jaden began making some very unsettling public statements. He'd ask how mirrors could be real if our eyes aren't real, or claim that newborns would be the smartest beings on the planet if they could talk. It got weirder when fans started linking his lyrics to those cryptic tweets. It felt like Jaden was trying to broadcast a message that nobody could crack. This sparked a flood of conspiracy theories, ranging from substance abuse to a complete mental breakdown. One theory that many fans still swear by today is that Jaden isn't acting of his own accord. They believe he's actually being controlled. As wild as that sounds, his erratic behavior and bizarre rants only reinforced the idea that a puppet master was calling the shots. If this theory is actually true, who is controlling him and for what purpose? Fans have narrowed it down to 3 main possibilities. The first theory is pretty straightforward. It suggests Jaden is a puppet for his record label, as industry contracts can be incredibly predatory. Contracts dictate everything from how many tracks you must drop to the exact streaming numbers you have to hit. It wouldn't be the first time extreme clauses forced an artist into doing things they hated. Sometimes the cost of breaking a contract is so high, it's not even an option. This would give the label total authority over his image, music, and even his most viral scandals, all to keep the public talking about him. Some fans swear this explains his erratic personality shifts, suggesting he's not the one in charge, a board of suits is pulling the strings. What's the real threat keeping him in line? Drop your thoughts below. Our second theory gets personal and pretty awkward, suggesting that after Earth tanked, Will stepped in to micromanage his son's career. Rumors suggest he even handpicks Jaden's inner circle and dictates exactly how he should present himself to the world. All those bizarre outbursts and cryptic phrases might just be a manufactured persona his dad is trying to sell. Sleuths have scoured hundreds of hours of footage looking for signs of Will's hidden influence. In this version of reality, Jaden isn't a free spirit, but a character scripted for a much larger narrative. What's your take? Now, let's look at theory number 3. This next one is easily the creepiest. Forget contracts or strict parents, we're talking about something way more sinister. Many believe Jaden is actually under some form of mind control. It all traces back to that viral moment when Jaden Smith hit the Grammy red carpet rocking a black house on his head. Most people just saw a weird outfit, but the internet's conspiracy corners felt differently. They didn't see high fashion, they saw what they call a public humiliation ritual. Conspiracy theorists argue these stunts are markers for stars deep inside a hidden system. It's a world of total submission, where acting ridiculous in public is just the entry fee for staying famous. But that's just scratching the surface. The theory claims this brainwashing happens through specific sound frequencies, specifically focusing on 432 Hz. They say 432 Hz can mess with your head, lowering your mental guard and planting specific moods or ideas. And guess which artist utilizes that exact frequency in his tracks? Think about your favorite song doing more than just entertaining you, it's actually training your brain. Imagine those catchy tunes are part of a psychological experiment you never signed up for. What's truly chilling is how Jaden himself has mentioned in interviews that he's testing boundaries and experimenting on humanity with his creative work. To the believers, these aren't just random quotes, they're subtle, hidden confessions. Which theory sounds most plausible to you? Is the mind control stuff too far out there? Or do you think multiple A-listers are actually being manipulated? Give me your best theory in the comments. So, which of these wild ideas actually explains Jaden's behavior? Well, sorry to burst the conspiracy bubble, But none of them are true. While these stories make for great internet drama, the reality of Jaden's life is way more grounded than the rumors suggest. Jaden eventually opened up about that chaotic period, explaining that after the massive flop of After Earth, his world was suddenly drowned in constant noise. Between public scrutiny and media backlash, he felt trapped as just Will Smith's son. He clarified that his wild outfits and bizarre tweets weren't some grand plan or outside influence. It was simply his way of escaping a box that felt too tight for him. When everyone is watching you, the best defense is to keep them guessing, he joked. Even though he set the record straight, plenty of people still cling to those wild theories. What do you think? These days, Jaden is 100% about the music. In 2019, he dropped Eris, a chaotic and raw project, followed a year later by the upbeat melodic vibes of CTV3, Cool Tape, Volume 3. He currently pulls in about 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He might not be topping the global charts, but those numbers show a dedicated fanbase and a strong foothold in the streaming world. While he's stepped away from the massive stardom of his Karate Kid days, he still takes on roles, like voice acting in Intergalactic. Plus, he's a serious entrepreneur with Just Water, providing clean filtration to communities in need. He balances his career with environmental activism and social projects that focus on real-world impact. He still gets plenty of hate, but he's made it clear he'd rather stay true to himself. Looking back, Jaden sees the After Earth fallout as a massive lesson in self-acceptance, even if being himself means dodging the traditional spotlight and looking a little eccentric. So, what's your verdict? Do you think Jaden has it figured out, or is he just spiraling? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. And for more stories, check out this video where I break down the truth about Zac Efron. Did he really get plastic surgery, or was he actually replaced by a lookalike?